Notre Dame had an absolutely massive recruiting weekend this past Saturday when USC was in town, and it was a huge one for Notre Dame when Texas A&M was in town. But of course, the Irish lost that game. Still was a great recruiting weekend, great results from that. But it's better when you have a win to talk about. And yeah, these recruits absolutely love their time. We're going to talk about the intel coming out of that recruiting weekend with Kyle Kelly. Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Go to blueandgold.com for so much more coverage. We're going to go through the 5-star visitors that were on campus. The uncommitted ones, I should say. Notre Dame had a couple 5-star commits. But yeah, Keemon Spell, this is definitely the headliner, Kyle. Steve Wiltfong logging a prediction for the nation's top running back in the 27 class, a former Penn State commit. Kyle, we both wrote about him on Blue and Gold on Monday, and you had an interview up with him. Folks can find that at blueandgold.com. But he told you he can't wait to get back to campus, and Notre Dame looks like the leader here for sure.
Yeah, they just don't look like the leader. They are the leader. Spell told me that going into his Notre Dame visit, Notre Dame has only strengthened their standing for the number 1 running back in the 2027 class. Big development here is that Spell wants to wait until signing day to commit, so that's 14 months away. Not sure how realistic that is, but nevertheless, Notre Dame's showing him a great time on campus. He said the biggest priority in his recruitment moving forward is whichever school shows him the most love. Right now, that's Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman, running backs coach Jaywan Sider, and that's primarily the reason why Notre Dame is setting the pace in this recruitment.
Yeah, just a long way to go for that one. I don't think it'll be signing day, but still, there is developments to be had. So I'm holding off on a pick for now. Kyle, did you put one in for Spell?
No, I'm with you. I just want to see how his game day visits go elsewhere, and if Notre Dame's still at the top entering the new year, I think you'll see one from me in the RPM.
Yeah, I mean, Hayes Fawcett at Rivals did a report on his visits. Of course, Kyle had an interview. Like, if you're not subscribed to Blue and Gold and you like watch all these recruiting videos, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you really need to get on the website. Between myself and Kyle, Wilt Fong, Simmons, Gorney, Fawcett, the national Greg, of course. I mean, we are just really loaded. Greg Smith, that is, like, loaded with recruiting coverage at Blue and Gold. Another 5-star DJ Jacobs, 6'5.5", 225 pounds. Sources were absolutely raving about Jacobs just physically. Like, this dude is a monster. 225 is probably outdated. Probably around 240 or 250. I don't know. Like, the dude's big. Number 2 edge in the 27 class, number 12 overall player. Visited for the A&M game, back on campus for the USC game. Notre Dame, Georgia, looking like a big battle between those two schools, but of course others will be in the mix as well.
Yeah, when Bruce Feldman from The Athletic comes out with his freaks list with the top players in college football, about 3 or 4 years from now, I think David Jacobs will be on it. He is an absolute specimen. You can see why he's one of the top-rated players in the 2027 class. He's been to Miami twice this year. He saw Notre Dame open the season down in Coral Gables or Miami Gardens, Florida, week 1, and has made it up to South Bend twice. He told me after that first visit, Notre Dame lost, but that didn't really matter to him in his recruitment. Still, he really wanted to get up to campus and see a Notre Dame win, and they got that on Saturday. Notre Dame impressed him again, telling me that they are in his top group. I think Texas A&M is up there. We mentioned Georgia. He's also been to Oregon. So this is going to be another heavyweight battle for the Irish for one of the top players at his position in the 2027 cycle.
Wow, 24/7 has them ranked as the number 1 player. And yeah, Notre Dame's got this Georgia commit, Georgia legacy on campus twice this fall. He had a great visit back in April. I talked to his younger brother, Dawson, on Monday night. He had a great time. Notre Dame offered Dawson more of an interior defensive lineman, so all things looking good there as well. Another 5-star, Jameer Brown. Now, he is committed to another school in Ohio State, the number 2 wide receiver in the country per the industry ranking, number 10 overall player. has been pledged to the Buckeyes since last November. Going into the visit, Kyle, the vibe was like, you just keep getting on campus and hope it kind of works out. Still the vibe coming out of it. Like, I don't think that the visit moved the needle in terms of him flipping or anything like that, but just, keep getting at bats here, keep getting him to campus, and we'll see what works out. That's my thought on it. I think that's what sources on the Irish side of the things are thinking as well. Do you agree, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't think there was a big expectation for him to flip to
Right.
Notre Dame going into this visit. I think, like you said, it's just a matter of getting him up to campus and keeping him interested. If you're a five-star wide receiver, especially one who is in the state of Ohio, it's going to be hard to turn down Brian Hartline and the Buckeyes, their wide receiver coach and offensive coordinator, considering all the first-round NFL draft picks he's produced. I mean, it's just the way it is. But the fact is that Brian Hartline's been so successful down in Columbus that he might not be in Columbus forever, even though Brian Hartline played at Ohio State. He's positioning himself to become, a coach at the next level or possibly a head coach in college football. So I think Notre Dame is really looking at the long game with Jameer Brown. He attends the same high school as that produced Marcus Freeman and Mike Mickens at Huber Heights, Ohio Wayne. His head coach is close with the coaches at Notre Dame. So yeah, it's just a matter of keep getting them up to campus, and who knows what can happen from now until signing day, which is 14 months away for these 2027 class recruits.
Indianapolis, Lawrence North, five-star wideouts, Monshon Sales had a double dip on Saturday, Michigan, and then Notre Dame. I mean, you saw him on Friday, Kyle. What I really liked what you took away from your conversation with Sales, and then when I talked to sources earlier in the week, really lined up. Like Sales, like Notre Dame has, maybe it's like an Alabama's in the lead or Ohio State, but like Notre Dame seems to have gone from tier 2 into that top contenders list for Sales, and that's a big deal. I think Notre Dame's doing a pretty good job in this recruitment.
Yeah, this is just another one where you have to stay involved because if you don't keep on them, you're gonna fall behind fast. So the fact that Notre Dame was able to get him up to campus for the second time this season, it's a pretty big deal. And even though he did go to Michigan on Saturday before that Notre Dame game, I'm told that he pretty much got to campus. He was at least on campus by 5:30 p.m. So that gave him at least 2 hours pregame. I don't know for sure if he stayed for the whole Notre Dame game, but I know for a fact he had to leave the Michigan game early to get up to campus. So he did spend a lot of time in South Bend on Saturday. It was his most engaging visit yet. This is like I said, yeah, a lot of these guys, it's going to be Notre Dame fighting a battle here for multiple months. I'm expecting Sales to narrow down his recruitment to a group of top schools. I think there's still going to be a lot of schools involved, but the thing for Notre Dame right now is just staying in that top group where the Alabamas, the Ohio States, the LSUs, the Indianas, and Michigans, that's where kind of the top schools for him right now is sort of what I gather. So the fact that he had a good visit at Notre Dame, his third overall, I think is a good sign, and Notre Dame's just going to have to stay involved here for the long haul.
Over under 1.5 of those 4 5 stars we just talked about will Notre Dame land?
Yeah, I would say under for now.
Well, no,
Just
it's not a for now. It's over or under, Kyle. What are you taking?
as of October 21st, I'm going to go with under just because I think it's going to be so hard to flip Brown. And I think Sales and Jacobs, I probably see ending up elsewhere just at this point, but I think they very well
Yeah,
could end up committing to Notre Dame, and it would not surprise me. Obviously, Spell's the one who I feel like is best positioned to end up in the Irish class right now.
but not a guarantee. So I think under is probably the right choice. But you could definitely see two
Oh,
of
yeah,
those. So
definitely.
speaking of like who we think might be coming to Notre Dame, this is a new one we predicted. Ace Alston, a 4-star cornerback from Cincinnati Anderson. Greg Smith from Rivals picked him, and you and I did as well. I tweeted out, follow the visits. The young man can't get enough of Notre Dame, along with him being a Cincinnati kid. Like, of course, like all these DB recruits think highly of Mike Mickens and Marcus Freeman, but I think it's even more so when it's a kid from that area, right, to the Cincinnati-Dayton area. So, yeah, Ace Austin, number 12 corner in the 27 class, number 120 overall prospect, has visited, 4 times in the past 4 months or something like that, Kyle?
Yeah, right around there, 4 times at least since he's got that offer on Pot of Gold Day.
Yeah. So, yeah, we like where the Irish are at. Yeah, he just keeps getting to campus, fall visits, and Ohio State's offered him. It's an in-state school. You got to watch for the Buckeyes. I know he likes Tennessee a lot, and there's others, but I just think he wants to be at Notre Dame. So that's the prediction, and there's more predictions coming. I know Kyle Kelly is logging a new one on Tuesday, so you can find that at blueandgold.com. We'll talk about that on our live show Thursday, and we'll have so much more to discuss. So make sure you join us Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and we'll catch you all next time.